should be a pretty good matchup too. And Xarnax, my personal kryptonite in this tournament. See how this one goes.
Yes, the Objective Dragon Warrior, they're looking to find and defeat the evil Dragon Lord, and they'll need to get certain key items along the way to access the castle, the home of the Dragon Lord, and they'll also be fighting enemies one at a time to get experience and levels to get stronger, as well as gold to purchase weapons, armor, and items to help in their quest. And one of those items, well, is helping in their quest, is we've got Erdrick's token in the throne room, as well as a fairy water that works both as a repel spell, but here with this low strength, it'll probably be more likely used as a weapon, as that is a new feature to the Dragon Warrior Randomizer. Plus, they have the obligatory magic key to get them out of the throne room. Why they're locked in there, I have no earthly idea.
They're hiding from the fun police.
Absolutely. The fun police, the red dragons, which we'll see later in the game, they're one of the tougher enemies in the game, and that's why they're known as the fun police, because when they show up, the fun tends to stop. Ooh, and already Xarnax finding a metal scorpion and is going to give it a go, but it's not quite enough, and it has heal. And there's an immediate reset. Meanwhile, we've got a ghost with sleep and fire breath, and we've got a reset on nycguy's side too.
Yeah, both of them making the heads-up play to save before venturing out. That fairy water may be the difference between a 5-minute start and a 1-minute start.
And with that, we have a ghost that's taken out. I didn't see if Xarnax had used... Oh, wow, and a critical hit, an excellent move, and it's enough to take out the Drakey and venture Xarnax into level 2. 4 additional power, 5 speed, 8 hit points, 20 magic points, and a new spell of Heal More. So that may be a crucial play right there, just that lucky critical hit. It is hard to say. I mean, there's still a lot of game left, but with that low strength, getting off the ground is certainly a challenge in this seed.
Hey, there's the Staff of Rain Cave, so it's always nice to know where that is early.
Well, Xarnax finding a knight and immediately taking the death, but in resetting lost the level as well, I believe.
Yeah, so he's back to the
back
start.
To 0 again, so at least he knows what's ahead, but now is trying to plan accordingly. So, well, that changes the scheme of things, and I think Xarnax realized what was done, and oh goodness. Possibly a reflex, exactly. Where's Duran when we need them? So now here is level 2 over on nycguy's side. Thank you. I was hoping I wouldn't be the only one who would get my own reference.
Oh, NYC throws the fairy water into the droll, but just not enough.
Yeah, that was a bit of a gamble there, as, I mean, the drolls can have up to 20 HP. They can have 15 to 20. So with the fairy water rolling from 9 to 16, you're going to have to get really lucky with that.
Yeah, and I feel like with the low strength, you know, we're seeing people try to get lucky. There's not a lot of... Well, there's the Drakeys and Slimes. That's what you'd like to see.
But even with the Drakeys, you're hitting them 1 to 2, but they're one of only 3 enemies you have a guaranteed hit on. So on average, you might take them out in 3 to 4 hits.
Oh, looks like we might have some technical difficulties here.
So we're going to work to get Xarnax back up here. Meanwhile, the Metal Scorpion with a back attack. The HP's still rather low. We've got another cave here, just to the north of Sharlock. And...
Tablet Cave?
Possibly?
Yeah, that's no fun in the dark.
I've done it, which means it's doable, because if I can do it, darn near anybody can, but then again, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, I've seen some runners opt to wait until they have Outside or Radiant before trying out, or even both. It certainly saves some time, but I feel real bad if something good's down there.
Yeah, if it's Erdrick's armor or Erdrick's sword, then it's very difficult to pass up. But if it's an herb, okay, maybe not so much. And yes, for those just joining us at the moment, there are some technical difficulties over on Xarnax's side. We are working to bring him back here. Meanwhile, nycguy grinding in the desert just to the west of the starting castle, Tangiel Castle, now heading a little bit north and into a slime.
Yeah, at this point, I think you just need to take what you can get.
Yeah, the dividing line between the starting zone and the next level zone is very finite, as it looks to be just 2 spaces north of the castle gets you into that Zone 1, as opposed to Zone 0 that has no higher than a scorpion, but you can see here there's an enemy pool that can go all the way up to a wolf and a metal scorpion just below that.
Where was this guy the entire time? Now, here's a good fairy water target.
Yeah, the Magician having anywhere from 9 to 12 HP, so if it rolls minimum, you're looking at a guaranteed shot with the fairy water. But yes, Heal More acquired at level 2. For those just joining us, things getting away right off the bat here. In the throne room, we had Fairy Water, Erdrick's Token, and the obligatory Magic Key, as nycguy taking out the Magician, and here comes level 3 with stats of 10 power, 1 speed, 4 hit points, 6 magic points, and no spell.
Alright, 10 power is going to help out a little bit. Probably cut the time of these fights in half, but I don't think you can venture very far out.
No, I mean, even those metal scorpions that we saw, you're still a coin flip to even inflict damage a little bit. The Drolls, with the Heal More, you might be able to chip away at it, but I don't know if it's if the end justifies the means, as you're doing 2 to 4 damage on it, and it's doing roughly 10 damage to you here.
Yeah, I think you're looking for regular scorpions at this time, and yeah, that didn't work so well. Got rolled by the Droll.
Well, there were also some high max rolls in there, as with that 7 defense, you're looking at taking damage from the Droll of 5 to 10. So with 23 hit points, it can probably 3-shot you on average, even though you have those Heal Mores, and now with 43 MP, you're looking at 5 Heal Mores.
It feels bad resorting to Dragon Lord 2 strats on a Droll, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, attack, heal more. Usually you don't see that 8 minutes into a seed or into a race. But we shall see here. I mean, ideally, yeah, those Magicians would be pretty good. Maybe a Magidrake, a Scorpion would be tolerable as well. The Heal More certainly gets you that. But a Droll, I think, is just a little too much at this point. You might even go a Druin, but they're not exactly ideal, as they give less experience than the Scorpions. So now here is working on a Ghost. Those you even have a chance to one-shot, but the Metal Scorpions are still no bueno. Oh, and there's the spell of Hurt. And wisely getting away is nycguy.
Yeah, so we haven't seen very much.
Oh!
Ow.
That is a lot of much.
I'm gonna say, we haven't seen very much in the northern direction, and we will continue to not see very much.
I would concur with that. Golems are rather beefy at this point here.
Yeah, and that indicates to me that there's a significant bump in the zone difficulty as well, and I might want to stick closer to home. The agility is pretty awful right now.
That notwithstanding, here is level 4, another 1 power, 24 speed, there's some agility, 8 hit points, 11 magic points, and the spell of Outside, so Maybe that cave is a possibility.
Well, yeah, there you go. And now you can start running from things. Theoretically, anyway.
19 gives you a little bit more help, but NYC wisely running from the Metal Scorpion and brazenly running from the Green Dragon that would pretty much make mincemeat out of him. Now, a Rogue Scorpion is one of the most difficult enemies to run away from, even though he does so, and accidentally casts Outside, forgetting that new spell into the mix.
Yeah, you love to run into Rogue Scorpions when you have Hurt More, and when you don't, they're so annoying.
Yeah, Rogue Scorpions are among the most agile enemies in the game, right up there with the Red Dragon, the Fun Police. They don't hit quite as hard, but they're still very high defense, high agility. And now here comes a save on nycgui's part. But this is definitely an interesting strategy. Some people like to stay close to home and grind up levels. Others tend to go exploring. This might be a seed where the former would be ideal, but nycguy is right there in that secondary zone, and this particular grouping, not ideal for him.
Yeah, it's just a slog to start, and I wouldn't blame anybody for trying to speed this up by doing some exploring, but you have no money right now. I don't know, I'd be hard-pressed to turn down that chest that's in Tablet Cave right now.
It is hard to say. For those just joining us, there are some technical difficulties on Xarnax's side. We're hoping to be able to get him back here, but in the meanwhile, we're focusing on what we can see in nycguy, who is presently at level 4 and is about 25 experience away from the next level, but is going to have to do so with some smaller enemies here, as the strength gains have been marginal. Ghosts are alright. I think the Magician that we saw earlier, but once, that would seem to be an ideal enemy, but of course, not making their presence felt. A Magician disappearing. How shocking is that?
Watch as I make this time disappear.
Oh, it's better than Siegfried and Roy with tigers, I suppose.
Oh gosh. We don't need any more enemies with high crit rates.
Oh goodness, no. Although if this were Dragon Warrior 2 Randomizer, those saber tigers, that would have been an even better time to make that reference. But that notwithstanding, nycguy continuing to get a little bit more leveling in to get the exploration. We've already seen to the north there are golems, which are endgame enemies. To the south we have seen green dragons, which are endgame enemies. Very late game enemies in the rogue scorpions as well. So a little bit of trouble thus far, but let's see what level 5 brings. 2 more power, 1 speed, 9 hit points, 22 magic points, and a new spell of Repel.
Womp womp.
Yes, plaguing their life with incidental music.
This is this is getting kind of worse. I mean, just as the rate of experience required to go to the next level keeps bumping up, you feel more and more inclined to go exploring. But there is just nothing nearby the castle right now.
And my chuckling was based on a comment in chat that I had to bring out. Maybe he's casting Outside because he wants out of the seed.
I mean, Xarnax's internet casted Outside.
Yeah, so that is very true. So there's the Magician finally reappearing. and giving 8 experience. Now, 165, that is going to be the target number here. And this little bit of grind gives us a chance to talk about what all is randomized, although we've obviously been able to see a little bit here. Clearly, the overworld map is shuffled around, as it's not the Alfgard that we knew and grew up with. Also, the contents of the treasure chests and search spots are shuffled, as, well, obviously you don't start with Erdrick's token in the throne room. The locations of the towns and caves are shuffled around, and in this case, shuffled far away, apparently. The contents of the weapon and armor shops, once we get there, those are changed around, so you might see the flamed sword in Breckenary, you might see a bamboo pole in Cantlin, and everything in between. Also, the order in which they learn their spells is randomized, as normally you would get Heal More at level 17 in the vanilla version, but here we got it at level 2. But they are guaranteed to learn all 10 spells by level 16. Also, the enemy locations and enemy spells and abilities are shuffled, as normally you wouldn't walk about 15 steps out of the starting castle and run into an endgame enemy. So, along with that, well, there's that pesky Dragon Lord, which once we get to them in the end here. Normally in the vanilla version, the Dragon Lord has 130 hit points. Here, there's a range of 150 to 165. And we are getting word that Xarnax apparently has a local outage and is unsure when he'll be back up. Now, I don't know whether that's a power outage or not, as here comes level 6, 7, 8, 1, and I believe that was 3.
Yeah, so a nice amount of strength and kind of what you were looking for 3 levels ago when you were fighting those mid-tier enemies, but gosh, there just isn't much else to do but just punch these guys.
Yeah, no hurt spells or hurt more spells coming, at least now with this boost of 7 here at level 6, those drolls that we were talking about, whereas before you were hitting 2 to 4, 2 to 5. Now the range is as low as 4 and as high as 9 hit points, and with them, again, having from 15 to 20, best case scenario, you could 2-shot them. Worst case scenario, it still takes 5 attacks, but still a little better than nothing here. And now, nycguy, yeah. Oh, hey, here's a town deep in the swamp.
This could help. He's got some money.
And it's Garenham, so we have a weapon shop, we have an armor shop, we have a door that blocks a key, so we don't know what's there, but we've got some pretty decent starting things. Probably going to go with a club and a small shield here, so the club will add 4 offense or 4 attack power, the small shield giving 4 defense, and I think, barring a little bit of commercialism, we will have Xarnax back here momentarily.
Dang, that is some good graphics for the new Dragon Warrior.
And there we go, and...
Oh, this is pivotal.
Oh no.
Go back to that. I don't know how many... Did he hit him before? That would be a huge jump.
Oh, goodness.
Oh no! Stay tuned after this ad. It's the cliffhanger.
Yeah, Xarnax definitely making it interesting, that is for sure.
He got him!
He got him!
That is such
He did get the metal slime while there were the internet issues there, as the experience jumped up 255. That is the maximum amount. And that is paramount, as we see skeletons with the fire breath, and just like that, up to level 7. And we see the difference here: 2 strength, 1 agility, 2 hit points, and 2 magic points, and no spells. So level 7, rather ancillary, for lack of a better term. And there's an armored knight taking him out. And in the tablet cave, we have a cursed belt.
Oh, it's gonna be one of these seeds, huh? Well, it's time to farm cursed belts. Get 2 of them, and then go buy some chain armor, right?
Yeah, get the chainmail. Well, Yeah, Curse Belt would be 180, so you would need 2 to get the chainmail. I mean, it is a possibility, but well, just able to get away, brazenly running with 1 HP.
I feel like that's less brazen and more panic.
Could be a little of column A and a little of column B.
The brave
exactly.
Sir Ramen strategy.
Yeah, see, you get entertainment and you get education with a little bit of vocabulary. Who would have thunk it?
There's a droll magi, usually a piece of cake when you're at like level 7, but not this seed. And yeah, there's nothing else. There's a golem.
And a wizard, so a lot of rather tough enemies here. And a good point from Beta Strep in chat. You know, not a bad strategy might be to get a bunch of torches and go after the metal scorpions right near the start. Because right now, yeah, you're not going to do a whole lot with those metal scorpions, even with the club that was purchased.
Xarnax shopping at Shields R Us, but can't really afford anything right now.
Now, a little short on cash.
Gosh, if nycguy has to slog through another 200 experience, this is going to be a big swing in favor of Xarnax.
Yeah, there definitely is that. Although able to take out that metal scorpion there, having a little bit better help at the moment. I mean, the club, granted it's 4 additional attack, but it's still a little something.
Every little bit helps when you have not very much strength. 31 total, that's 6.
Well, now that bumps it up to a range on those metal scorpions of 3 to 7, so that at least, best case scenario, you might be able to, I believe, 2-shot, as their range, yes, is 14 to 18, but you'd need 2 max rolls to do it. Worst case scenario, you're probably going 5 or 6 times on it.
Yeah, and if you get hungry, you can eat it. So it's the perfect weapon.
Open-faced club sand wedge. And yes, to confirm, nycguy has a club and a small shield, both of which were purchased in Garenham. Xarnax, meanwhile, finding the dead end and getting a fire-breathing Droll Magi, and is going to swing and I guess just take the Death Warp here.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much down there at this point. I think that golem that we saw earlier was guarding Bagu.
Well, now here's an interesting play on nycguy's side, as we've got a Wolf Lord that is casting hurt quite a bit. Now, you can do damage of 4 to 8 here, and it might take you 7 goes at it, but this is not a bad play here. With that 27 defense, yeah, they're going to swing for 9 to 18, so as long as you stay above 18, you're good, but... And there you see it, is able to do so, and there's a big 52 experience. And realizing that, NYC is going to oh, this no longer is a good zone. There's an Armored Knight that one-shots right back to the castle, and there goes a good 132 gold. As when you take a death, you lose half of your gold.
Can you just take the cursed belt instead? No? Oh.
Well, it's like the income tax space in Monopoly. You know, it's $200 or 10%. So I don't think they give you that or option because they know, all right, well, it can't be 180 gold or 50%.
Yeah, where's the Cayman Islands version of Monopoly?
Shh, we're not supposed to know about that.
Oh, sorry. If I disappear tomorrow, you know what happened.
We certainly hope not, though. And wow, 30 HP gained at level 8. Still no spells, but that's certainly a nice cushion. But the strength, still rather lackluster.
Yeah, this is not super good. You can kind of use heal more strats to beat up some larger enemies. What you might be better off doing is just exploring and using that extra HP to eat some run failures.
Yes, of note there we had droll kills in stereo, and there is a golem and nycguy able to get away. The knight, though, might be a little more troublesome. Xarnax finding a town to the north. And it's Hawksness. And immediately nopes out.
I mean, why wouldn't it be?
Oh, and a nice crit, I believe. On nycguy's side, able to take out that Druin Lord for 58 experience. So, despite that metal slime kill early from Xarnax, the experience, the gap's starting to close a little bit here.
Oh, well, this'll certainly
And
help.
here's a metal slime. Xarnax is Breckenary in the meanwhile, and the metal slime runs away.
Oh, he just put the curse belt on. He's just gonna get decursed. Alright. Time for gimmicks.
A very gimmicky play showing what happens there. I will free thee from thy curse, now go. I'm thinking that might have been just for the yeah, well, if you're gonna get rid of it from the inventory, why not just sell it?
Yeah, I
180 gold.
I think he's just memeing.
I think so too. I think that's just it's an entertaining meme. Probably better than text overlays. And another crit over on nycguy's side, and there's 58 experience.
That's certainly what he needed to catch up. But it's still a pretty nice gap between the two. Although 200, a lot better than the 400 we saw earlier.
And both of them finding Garen's grave at the same time. So there's 3 chests they have access to, one that they'll have to hold off on until they can get a magic key. We've got the death necklace. We've got some big bucks. And an herb. So will Xarnax be able to make it to those items? The death necklace, well, in the vanilla version of the game, it's just a cursed item. And as we saw, you would have to go to Breckenary to have that curse removed. However, in the randomizer, a little tweak was added to it. You can put on the death necklace, and it will give you 10 additional attack power, but at the cost of 25% of your maximum HP.
You know, I would be very tempted in a seed like this to cash in the Death Necklace for a broadsword if I were to see it. Hopefully he doesn't have to do that, but I wouldn't blame him at all if he made that play.
Well, now back into Breckenary here goes Xarnax. 981. Oh, and there's a half plate for 1,000.
Yeah.
Maybe you wish you hadn't put that curse belt on now, huh?
He's just gonna buy some fairy water instead.
Yes, to answer the question in chat, Death Necklace in Vanilla has a 1 in 32 chance of appearing in that final back chest of the mountain cave on the second floor. Any other time you'll see it appear as 100 to 120 gold, something like that. Alright, so it looks like we have the dragon scale being sold. I guess we'll have to see if nycguy did put it on.
Hey, there's a scorpion, finally.
But it has sleep. That could have been problematic for our runners earlier.
This whole seed has been pretty problematic.
You're not wrong there, Edge. Certainly not wrong there. Oh, we've got a fighter's ring. And being put on by Xarnax, so I believe he is navigating the mountain cave in the dark. So that was the first floor, so we have the fighter's ring.
And every little bit helps at this point. An extra 2? Not too bad. Oh, okay, cool. So that's a skeleton with healed. That feels bad.
Yeah, just a little bit. And oh look, it's our friend the Droll Magi with the fire breath. And a fairly potent attack as well. But the Droll Magi having up to 44 hit points. It'll take a little bit to take it out, but it might burn off all of Xarnax's resources here. Or at least it burned off a lot of them, but was able to get the 58 experience. And he's going to swing here at the Metal Scorpion. So creeping ever closer to level 9 as the target number for level 9 in experience, 975. We've got a torch. Let's see if he can get to the remaining 3 chests here. He's going to run from the wolf. nycguy getting blasted by a blue dragon after a back attack.
So these remaining 3 chests are pretty pivotal. Of course, we're looking for, the big stick or the armor. But if there's a key in here, that's going to be huge.
Well, there's an essential item, the Stones of Sunlight. There's another torch.
Xarnax down to 3 HP, so can't really fight anything right now.
Little indecisiveness, opting to run away, and nycguy going after this Magiwyvern here.
It's a good roll on it to start.
Oh, 16, that's a max roll with the fairy water.
Oh, now we've seen both ends of the range. All averages out, right?
Oh, of course. He's got the resources to take it down, and it's a big 83. Oh, don't go swinging.
Yeah, it looks like Xarnax got that last chest, so he's gonna bail out.
Yep, got a set of wings. There we go. Throwing the torch, able to get it. And that wasn't too far from the castle either.
Now Xarnax is going to try his luck with the Druid Lord, and when this guy goes down, that'll be enough for the next level.
Yep, taking it down here, we'll get to not so even 999 experience, and does just that, but more importantly, that brings level 9 into the mix, with 11 power, 13 speed, 0 hit points, 4 magic points.
The extra power is getting there, but it'd be really nice if we had something better than a club on screen.
One that I don't even believe that Xarnax had utilized as of yet. Or
Yeah,
had attempted to purchase.
Yeah, I think at best he's rolling around with the bamboo pole, but he just did not have any money when he was in Garenham.
Well, now with a little bit more money, might head on back here. Although I think, isn't that Hawksness just north of Xarnax?
Another trip to
No, it was
Breckenridge.
Breckenary. Trying to keep track of everything else and mentally map is a bit of a challenge, but Xarnax passing up meleeing and just looking for the fairy waters. Or at least fairy water or singular.
Yeah, ever since the combination of Jimmy and the lock on that door, along with the 9 to 16 damage, means it can be pretty essential in some seeds to find Breckenary. For once, you're not disappointed by it.
And now Xarnax seeing the Wolf Lord. So an exploration advantage thus far for Xarnax, and really the difference in experience, that metal slime that we had seen a brief glimpse of during the technical difficulties that Xarnax was having. And here we've got a couple of towns.
Yeah, Xarnax finding the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Although he was going north for that, so it's probably Minneapolis, St. Paul.
There you go. Look out for Mary tossing up the hat in the middle of the street. And if you do, you might just make it after all.
Oh, that's probably how they feel after they made it to a
Yeah.
Alright, get some keys, go talk to an old man.
So Cantlin and Rimmeldar right next to each other. Rimmeldar, the town where you have open access to purchasing keys, so a huge advantage here for Xarnax. And now in Cantlin, well, has the chance to go through these barrier tiles that with each step does 15 hit points of damage, and is now going to see if we have coordinates, and we do. 38 north and 20 east.
Those are pretty respectable. After the next death on Xarnax's side, it's a pretty good place to go.
I would say that might be countable. And not even in the memeable sense.
Hey, there's a broadsword.
Few mid to late game weaponry and armory there. Just not any affordability.
So we've seen the silver shield. There's the flame sword. But I don't think we've seen magic armor yet.
Was it in that bundle in the south shop of Cantlin?
No, there's the magic armor.
There's the magic armor. There's one in the north one. All right, so even if there was one in the south, it matters not. So all the expensive stuff is in Cantlin. As you would expect in vanilla. But they're shuffled around, so yes.
No.
Oh.
Nothing in Sparkover Island today.
But the seed is validated. Yes, the Sparkover Bridge, something noted in the community, named after one of the runners, Sparkover, as a bridge to one tile. It is a compulsive search that occurs in the hopes that one day the coordinates will lead to that one spot.
These Xarnax, there's your curse belt back.
I don't know if he's going to put it on twice, but let's see what is in the treasury here in Tantagel. So we have the fairy flute. We have a replacement magic key. We have some big bucks. And another magic key.
Of course, two of them end up in here. Why wouldn't they?
Well, it's to counterbalance all those times in Rimmeldar where the treasure chest is a key, and you're spending 2 keys to get 1. So here, you're spending 1 key to get 2.
That works, and he's still buying them. But the important thing is there's a grind on the table now. And yeah, it's a pretty big upgrade of Flame Sword from nothing.
I would say so. And we have the Rainbow Drop Cave, otherwise known as the Jerk. That is where our runners will turn in all of their specific items, the Staff of Rain, the Stones of Sunlight, and Erdrick's Token to acquire the Rainbow Drop. And that will allow them to build the Rainbow Bridge that will cross over the moat and into Charlotte Castle, the home of the Dragon Lord.
Or if you're from Western New York, it will allow you to cross into Canada.
Well, given the state of the world, I don't know too much about that, eh? I have relatives in various parts of Ontario.
I don't know. I've been to Toronto a few times. It seemed pretty nice. Alright. Is this, oh, do you feel confident enough to check this spot?
Apparently.
No, you don't.
Oh, well, we mentioned the fun police earlier, and they have shown up.
He's just gonna just boops him on the nose with a newspaper, and then gets murdered.
Yes, going with the boop the dragon snoot strategy.
He'll never see this coming. Oh.
Yeah, I hardly doubt, though, that the bridge over to Charlotte, it's anything like the Lewiston-Queenston Bridge. But that's my bridge of choice.
Not a Peace Bridge fan?
Well, it's just along the way, plus I love the duty-free shop that's there.
Oh, that is a nice shop.
It is a very nice shop. And in the back of Garenham, we hopefully have some nice things, as we've got some more fairy water. Debating and dropping a torch for the fairy water, alright. And a set of wings. Gonna pass on that, and some money.
So that just sounded like a trip to Niagara Falls. You hit the casino, you hit the duty-free shop, then you get some buffalo wings.
Yeah, it's not too far off.
That is a good day in my book.
And it looks like this is the Swamp Cave?
Yep, and it looks like
Swamp
Xarnax.
North.
Yeah, he got turned around a little bit, so is he gonna check out the... He might not check anything out. Alright.
He's going to try to check out the southern end of the cave. That seems to be the plan here. As nycguy is in the mountain cave. So should be coming across the Stones of Sunlight soon.
That looked like he checked out the tile, and it was a blue dragon.
Alright, Xarnax now going to attempt the overworld count once again. And, sorry, Kilroy, as, I know that particular location does tend to, bring back some memories from folks. Slowly I turn, step by step, inch by inch. Never would have thought you'd gotten a Three Stooges reference in 2020.
What a good bit that was.
It was. It's a great bit. So great we're still talking about it, 85 years later. Oh gosh, it was like 85 years ago, wasn't it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you were feeling old, and you didn't get that reference, well, feel better about yourself.
Yes. Okay, noting in chat, preferring Laurel and Hardy to the Stooges. Well, I think it's accurate to say that this is another fine mess you've gotten us into. Alright, I'm done.
There's a lot of quality classic stuff back in the day. You had those guys, Abbott and Costello.
Oh, yeah.
This whole baseball season feels like an Abbott and Costello routine.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Sorry, full disclosure, I was streaming beforehand and I had left my OBS open and somebody had just given me a follow, so I had the follower sound in my ear.
At least they didn't subscribe. That would have taken a while.
That would have taken a while.
So, it just seems like this has been the world's longest drawn-out slog. Just please find a zone where I can go do something. I don't know. If I was them, I would have definitely just set up a gold grind, picked up a giant pile of money, and just tried my hardest to get it to Cantlin.
Lorgon putting a good note of events here in the chat as far as the strategy or maybe change-ups of strategies, in that Xarnax got keys, tried to count the coordinates, then went to Hawksness, then went to Garenham, didn't do a gold grind, and then went to the mountain cave and then stepped outside and is now back in the mountain cave.
I mean, maybe that's some kind of signal. It's like, alright boys, you can go in now, as he just flipped the blinds open and closed.
Yep, into the mountain cave, back out the mountain cave, off the rafter, nothing but net.
He's just, at this point, he's requesting the exfil team to come and get him. That's what the signal is. It's the get me the hell out of here signal.
Meanwhile, while things have been going on here, nycguy has caught up a little bit on the exploration and a lot on the experience, only trailing by about 100. And is now heading to the north and running into a golem again, and I can see how that would be very dissuasive. But here comes level 10 with 1 power, 4 speed, 0 hit points, 0 magic points, and the spell of heal.
I love it.
Oh my. Yeah, the Empty Eye is thrilled with that. 1 power, 0 HP, 0 MP. I love it.
This has been utterly brutal so far. I am very scared that this might be one of these grind to 20 levels. Or 20 seeds.
Oh, why not? I mean, that would be my second in 2 days here. Well, no, I'm sorry. In fairness, last night it was to 19. But I think at this point they had gotten 47 strength by level, like, 13. Exactly, it was close enough.
Yeah, it was just enough to make them hopeful, while not giving them anything good.
So it looks like Xarnax has been going deep into the grave here. And that bottom chest in the grave is an herb. I did not see what the middle chest was. Although it looks like additional money, I think, is what I'm seeing here in the chat.
If he manages to get a couple of these, that'll be enough to set up a grind, so that would help out immensely. I mean, it's either that or maybe he just likes, chucking fairy water.
Well played, Smashy. You saw what I didn't see, and I saw what you didn't see. So we had gold in the chest midway down, and an herb deep in Garen's grave.
Alright. Team effort. We did it.
Exactly. Go Team Venture. Or to stick with my referencing things from way long ago, Whoa Bundy! That was mainly for our tracker Angel FM, because I knew he'd get a kick out of it.
The pride of Polkai.
Oh, yeah. 4 touchdowns in a single game. So now here's nycguy in Rimeldar, and he's going to go ahead and get some keys.
Meanwhile, on Xarnax side, the money printer is going burr.
Alright, now, those of you who are seeing this for the first time are wondering, what the heck is he doing? So, this is taking advantage of a little respawn, but due to those limits at the time the game was made, the game tracks up to 8 chests as open. It kind of has a little bank there. So once that bank is full, every chest that's open beyond the 8th can be taken over and over again. So what was done in this case was the 5 chests that were in Garen's grave, those were open, so that counts as 5. Then he death warped. Oh, did it cut out just as I was explaining? Man, I'm getting the brainy Smurf treatment here, just thrown out on my head. Alright. Oh, right at a little. Okay, so... yeah, I'll give you the shorter version. So the game has a little bank of open treasure chests, and, well, it caps at 8. So once you get beyond 8, the chests aren't able to disappear. They just stay there. And in this case, what Xarnax did was he opened the 5 in the grave, took a death warp, went to the king's throne room where the 3 chests are already marked as open so you don't take them again, and then opening the treasury there, that was chest number 9, and that had a lot of gold. And in this case, taking that 500 plus gold over and over again allowed Xarnax to stack up to just over 33,000, which is enough to get the best weapon, armor, and shield that money can buy.
Plus, when all this is over and the hero of legend retires back home, that makes a hors d'oeuvre plate.
This is true.
Just shine that sucker up so good that you could see your reflection.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that so it shines like the top of the Chrysler building.
That's good too.
Yeah. When you have a slog seed, it's a hard knock life for us.
Yeah, this knight's putting some hard knocks on Xarnax.
So a little bit of a debate and direction here, and Xarnax has made it with the umpteen amounts of gold and is going to purchase the Flame Sword for 9,800. That's going to be a huge step up from the bamboo pole. Is going to purchase the Magic Armor for 7,700 gold, and is going to head on down to where the Silver Shield is for 14,800 gold. So that Flame Sword, that adds 28 attack power. The Magic Armor adds 24, plus has a couple of bonuses I'll get into in a moment. And the Silver Shield, the best shield in the game, that adds 20 defense. So you can see that defense jumping up into the lower 80s. Now, the Magic Armor, along with being the second best armor in the game, it's got a couple other perks too. The damage done by the Hurt and Hurt More spells is significantly reduced. And for every 4 steps that you walk, it heals your HP by 1. Yes, and he puts the rest on account because he didn't want the gift certificate, or vice versa.
Can I just get the stuff on layaway? Oh, there's Erdrick's armor. So that was what was on the map the entire time.
Okay, that's that'll save nycguy 7,700. So the overworld spot, Erdrick's armor, the best armor in the game. So that is crucial for a couple of reasons. One, well, it's got even better defense, 28 versus the 24 of the magic armor. You take no damage when you walk through those swamp tiles, as you see there, as well as those barrier tiles. Plus, it also reduces the damage done by the Hurt and Hurt More spells, but it also reduces the damage by a third from the Fire and Dragonlord 2 Breath. It also negates the spell of Stop Spell, and for every 1 step that you walk, it heals a hit point.
Let's not also forget the best part about it. It reduces your frustration as well.
It most certainly does. And it is arguably the most overpowered armor in not just the series, but probably all of RPGs. among the most. Yeah, it's definitely in the conversation. So nycguy taking a death warp here. As Xarnax working on that blue dragon, I believe, here in the swamp cave. And has taken it out. Game Boy, get ready. So Xarnax earns another 180 experience.
Bullseye. But even better. Yeah,
do
so
that too many times though. That tears up the throat.
yeah, if he's by the end of a grind, you're just gonna be dead. So yeah, Xarnax is just gonna commit to, I'm gonna hit these dragons over and over again until I have something better to do. I can't really blame him. If we ever see Hurt more, though, it's gonna take off like a rocket.
Which is good because the last hour it's been sitting in the tarmac.
Yeah, it's like those flights where it's like, I swear we're next to takeoff.
And then we're not. So, Xarnax dedicating to a grind here. And not play, considering it'll only take maybe them to get from level 10 to level 11. And it's already just one away here. Well, there's a green dragon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't run away from this guy. This is better.
So now Garanham being found, and we'll have the northern end of the swamp cave here. Gonna go ahead and cast outside, and not even gonna bother with the wings, just gonna go ahead and take the walk.
I mean, it's a nice day out.
Yeah, enjoy the sun before the rain comes a little bit later. So there is the princess rescue. So Xarnax will get Gwaelin's Love, which is jokingly known in the community as the GPS or Gwaelin positioning system, as she will tell you where you are. Well, she'll tell you where she is on the map in relation to you because it's all about her. She is very much the Miss Piggy to your Kermie when it comes to that, or Kermit.
And you just have to remember to, you gotta have something to power it up. It usually takes one AA torch.
Yeah, if your inventory's full, then yes, she will more than likely take your AA torch in exchange.
Yeah. Or if this is a completely different victory condition, the curse belt works too.
But yes, that's a whole nother feature, not in this tournament, the Cursed Princess flag. But you can check out the randomizer for yourself and kind of mess around with what the different flags include. The Cursed Princess, Three's Company, just a couple of things that you can definitely check out. Take a look at the... Well, Looks like the link has the tournament schedule in our Discord, but it does not have... Well, I'm sure in the Discord there is a link to where the randomizer itself is. But going to the Discord, it also gives you the chance to ask questions in the training room. It's very open and welcome for newcomers. Two and 58, a little out of the way. But we've got another cave here, and that is the bonus cave, the Vanilla Stones of Sunlight cave, a free access to a chest, which in this case has some money.
Oh, that would have been handy to find earlier.
And nycguy in that same vicinity. And Xarnax opting for exploration here, although is only 96 experience away from level 11. But he's going to go after this Star Wyvern to get it.
Ah, there's the next level. Ah, there we go. Congratulations, Xarnax, you're now allowed to play the game.
It only took an hour and change. I'll take a look at that in a moment as I had to refresh. And alright, 8 power, 1 agility, 2 hit points, 16 magic points. Oh, by the way, there's Hurt More and Sleep and Radiant. So now getting the knowledge of the throne room here, a couple of keys, the fairy flute, and the money.
Oh, that didn't go as planned.
Well, Xarnax going to check out Hawksness. Here is the Red Dragon going for it here.
They got lots of heal bars, so now's a good time to do it.
With that small fire breath, not terrible. nycguy finding the Rainbow Drop Cave, the Jerk Cave as he's known. Because if you don't have all the items, specifically Erdrick's token, he'll kick you out of the cave like the jerk that he is. And boy, do I know that firsthand. In my race a couple of days ago, I had forgotten to get the overworld coordinates, which were 8 south and 6 east. And went down, got my Staff of Rain trading in the Harp, and on the way was the Jerk Cave, and I went in there, and the overworld spot had the token, and I talked to the man, and he kicked me out, and I didn't understand, and oh yeah, I had to get the token. Just another Burgundy bungle. Oh, and Red Dragon's with heal as well. And Xarnax trying with a sleep strat. That's bit of a bold play as the resistance to the sleep spell. Oh no. Well, he tried for Hurt More as well. The resistance to sleep as well as the resistance to Hurt More are both 15 out of 16 for the Red Dragon.
Yeah, he's trying real hard because he's just on the cusp of that heal actually keeping him from killing this red dragon. Now the hits just keep on coming.
Oh, he's trying for another Hurtmore here, and he takes the death to the red dragon.
Of course, this is going to be a seed where you need stop spell too.
Say so. Now, still at large is the Silver Harp, which can only be in one of two locations. Either in Hawksness guarded by that red dragon, or in Cole, which is yet to be found. Oh, we did. Oh, we saw the town, but he didn't quite get there.
Oh, that's even worse.
Well, now Xarnax has gotten back there, so let's see. Is this the Harp? Is it Erdrick's sword? It's the Silver Harp.
Alright, that's an important one.
Debating what to get rid of, drops the fairy water. So Xarnax has just about everything needed here. Now, have we seen the Staff Cave?
I think that was the first cave that we saw. It's right outside of town.
Oh, that's right. That was so long ago. It completely escaped me.
I see nycguy is trying to take an intentional death here, but has to take it the slow way. Does not have dragon scale or a fighter's ring, so just gonna flute in this guy's face.
I almost feel like attacking would be better than blowing the flute in terms of time. And then, in worst case scenario, you get an excellent move or a crit, and it might take out the knight, and okay, you get 78 more experience. Not super terrible. And Xarnax just found the armor on the overworld.
Alright, well that's a big upgrade. Now all we need to do is... well, he's got everything. We just need to get to Dragonlord fighting strength, I think.
Well, we still need the Staff of Rain Cave. He still needs to turn that in. Still needs to go to the back of Tanagel to see the Jerk and trade everything in. So, still a little bit to do. Now, nycguy doesn't have to go nearly as high in the grind as Xarnax did because he already has a better armor than money can buy. So, at most, he might go 24,600 to get the flame sword and silver shield.
Oh, the 24,600 pyramid just doesn't have the same ring to it.
Oh no, of course not. Although, if the Red Dragon in Hawksness is not guarding Erdrick's sword, then we do get to play the pyramid game.
It's all about the judges' table. Erdrick's armor on the table.
First case, Erdrick's sword on the table. You're looking for that vanilla.
First practice seed that I rolled for this tournament. Erdrick's armor on the table. I was just, this is not a good sign.
Oh gosh, we've got the guesses already. We're gonna narrow the guesses down to 8. We've got the 6 chests in the pyramid, the judges' table, and what, the different another studio. Alright, I'm going to start writing down the guesses since they're popping in here. So, Math Girl is going... Yeah, Math Girl, our restreamer, is going judges table. Okay, CD Improv, our one of the admins and restreamers extraordinaire, is going... Oh gosh, middle is... I forget because I just look at them as middle left and middle right, so I think that's the 250 chest. Yep, it's the 250. It took me a second because I'm yeah. Let's see here. Alright, so Twiggy Rules is going bottom left. That's the $50 chest. In case you haven't figured out over the course of this commentary here, I'm a big fan of game shows, so I'm referencing the old 80s version of the $25,000 or $100,000 pyramid, where in the winner's circle bonus round you had the 6 different dollar values for the 6 different blocks of the pyramid. So bottom left is $50, bottom middle is $100, bottom right is $150, middle left is $200, middle right is $250, the top chest is $300, and then the vanilla spot in Charlock we referred to as the judges table. And I guess in Hawksnest's case, since that's the other option, we'll call that beautiful downtown Burbank. Alright, so we have the upgrade of equipment on nycguys' side. Oh my... Yes, I have a lot of antiquated references, but no. Burbank is in California, and that's where NBC's studios are. Or at least they were at that point in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, definitely pro Burbank. Get this television city nonsense out of my sight.
To answer the question in chat, so we call vanilla the judges table. That is also a part of the pyramid game show allure, as the judges would be one to go to whenever there was a potential illegal clue given or something along those lines. But that is the vanilla spot since it's kind of out of the way of the main game. So there is the Staff of Rain cave. So Xarnax, picking up the Staff of Rain, now has all the essential items needed. And yes, Math Girl, it was initially coined by Wolfman 2000. I think doing commentary with me at some point. So now here we are at the 80-minute mark of this seed. Xarnax is about to head into the Rainbow Drop Cave and will acquire the drop, but we are still a ways away from acquiring the end of this game.
Yeah, it's tough. There hasn't been a good, spot to really throw the Hurtmores out. A lot of dragons running around. And then, conveniently enough, those armored knights have just disappeared now that you can actually deal with them.
Of course, they knew. So now here is level 12 over on nycguy's side. Xarnax is going to go into Sharlock here. And Xarnax, while doing the exploring, has quietly gotten about a 500 experience lead. And Xarnax is going to take the gamble and go into Sharlock for an exploratory dive, but also to try to extract Erdrick's sword.
Yeah, if you can chuck a bunch of Hurtmores on the way down here, it's gonna probably go a little bit quicker than trying to fight those blue dragons. That is, if you get a nice group of enemies. Right now, we have a golem. A stone man that's been chugging coffee all morning.
Yeah, it has. And it's fairly resistant to Hurtmore, and thought we might have some technical difficulties once again, but it's going to put it to sleep and might want to run here. But now I guess he's pot committed. Well, nycguy takes down the red dragon. And there's Erdrick's sword! It's in Hawksness!
Uh-oh.
So it was in beautiful downtown Burbank after all.
Well, that's gonna help make the Blue Dragon grind look a lot more appealing, so... This is gonna be a tale of two grinds now, from here on out. As soon as nycguy finds that silver harp, he's off to the races.
And it looks like he is going after another red dragon, so might be sticking with this grind for the moment here.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just burns all his MP and then heads back to the castle. He's used a lot in the way of resources to get the first fight done.
And is kind of hoping at this point that it is enough. And it is, so just like that, well, is caught up and is about... Oh, nope, this is definitely dedication to a grind here. Perhaps looking maybe to see if 13 might give a nice strength boost. But meanwhile, Xarnax on the way down is taking on the golems. But every time you blow that fairy flute, it takes 8 seconds. And you can see the experience now, the differential just 138. But now jumps up by 255 once again, and there is level 13 for Xarnax. 1 power, 1 speed, 5 hit points, and 2 magic points.
Yeehaw!
Oh, a nice crit there, and that takes out the Stone Man.
see, that's all you gotta do. Just do that more often.
So, what do you do here? Okay, he's not going for the death warp. Needs to find a town. Thankfully, there's one really close by. Now, is nycguy going to go back and grind on the red dragon some more? Or is he going to go and search for coal?
Well, right now, if nycguy wants to just keep grinding, it's got no reason to stop. I mean, you still need to find
Nice
coal.
crit.
Oh, that's pretty good. Just
And there's level 13 as well.
my sea guy got a running start into that fight. But the level ups have been so putrid, and you need so much in the way of stats that, sure, just keep grinding. I mean, you're gonna know, like, one level beforehand when you should stop.
Usually. And I would imagine in this case definitely so, because the less than desirable levels have been front-loaded. But, accidentally casting Hurt more instead of Heal more. I think that was definitely a miss menu.
Yeah, that's about just flushed a minute down there.
And our tracker Angel FM noting that nycguy has been having controller issues lately.
Yeah, that's definitely a mismenu.
Thankfully, it's a short walk back to Hawksness and immediately rededicating to the grind. But now the experience trailing by 620. And now with 38 MP just on the third baseman of Sharlock, is Xarnax even going to make it to find out whether or not the Erdrick's sword is in the treasury?
I hope so, but even if he makes it down into the treasury, is he gonna make it to the judges' table? That would feel real bad.
Now, Beta Strep in chat noting, look for coal and hurt more stuff on the overworld. That's if there's hurt moreable stuff that shows up. I mean, you probably could go with a repel strap, but you're repelling everything from a green dragon downward. So Xarnax taking pretty much every fight here. Here's a wizard, which is ideal as the wizard having been defense broken, or Xarnax defense breaking the wizard, meaning that Xarnax's defense is higher than the wizard's strength, or the same as or higher. So the damage table's calculated a little bit differently, so he takes less damage. Here's level 14, 2621, and another spell.
Enjoy your complimentary stop spell? Probably.
Yeah, we'll see in a moment whether it's hurt, stop spell, return, or some combination of the three. And you called it, it is stop spell. So now in the final floor, this is not a dive for game here, as the stats are notably lackluster. And the experience lead jumping out to about 900 here. So we've got a torch, we've got a cursed belt. I didn't see what was in the bottom left.
Yeah, I really hope Xarnax remembers that that he didn't get that,
some gold.
that spot. Yeah.
And gambling on an attack, maybe low rolling in this case, and taking another death here that might be costly. Oh, and there's a death as well. Now, did Xarnax get to the other two chests?
This has been not a fun trip for Xarnax. He's still up 1,000 experience though, and it looks like he's going to take another shot at Hawksness.
Oh, there's a red dragon. Well, the stop spell certainly helps.
Yeah, this has just been brutal. It's just you've been waiting for 13 levels to finally turn the corner, and it still doesn't feel like you can do a whole heck of a lot.
That's because over the course of 13 levels now, they've gained, what? 60 strength? We see the stats here. So 75% heal, 50% of that fire breath. But he gets the stop spell on the first go, so Xarnax should be able to take out this red dragon, barring a miss menu, and we'll pick up Erdrick's sword, and that should close the window of opportunity here for nycguy. So there's the red dragon defeat, there's the search, there's Erdrick's sword, and Xarnax now working on this red dragon grind. So for Xarnax, it is most definitively grind and go. Now, this is interesting, as Xarnax trying to out-damage the heal spell, and there is at least a slight possibility of it, as with this 111 attack power, you're looking at a damage range on the red dragon of 16 to 33.
Hey, sorry I dipped out for a bit. My wife just got back from grocery shopping. She got a can of sea salt and caramel cashews.
Ooh. I can't say that I'd turn that down, but not that I didn't realize you were gone, but I did a good job of filling the time so it didn't sound like you had even left.
No, I appreciate covering for me, but I gotta be honest.
Honesty is the best policy. Although, what does that say to me in that I apparently talk so much that didn't even recognize that you were gone? And I don't know.
Did I bring enough for everyone? Yeah, you just have to, just fly out here and quarantine for 14 days, and then I will give you some cashews.
Don't know if the risk is worth the reward there, just saying, as a disclaimer. Gotta be extra careful nowadays.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's a good time for crit. Anytime you hit a a red dragon with a crit is a good time.
Well, except at level 5 when you have 30 strength and only hits for 30 something. I mean, then it's just kind of fun, but I don't know. Now, in looking at the stats, one thing that I did miss, and Angel, you might be able to refresh my memory on it because you might have been paying attention to it, the stop spell resistance on the red dragon. 5 out of 16. Okay, so that was a little misfortunate then, but here comes level 15. There's 20 power. Finally, 3 speed, 9 HP, 2 MP.
Oh, that's enough for Xarnax to go.
Well, with 122 MP, you're looking at an attack range of 7 to 15, so an average of 11, 15 attacks on average with 15 heal mores. So, yeah, level 15 looks to be the go level. But, and this is a key point, 97 HP max. It's not ideal, but it's doable.
I mean, I don't necessarily think it's a gamble, but it's not perfectly safe either. So.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah, the odds are definitely in your favor, but I might punch the wizards on the way down just to kind of hedge my bets.
Well, to get to level 16, you need 9750, so you're looking at a good, oh gosh, at least 15 wizards.
Yeah, I think it's just less to kill all the wizards and more to if you die on the way down.
If you die, then you're that much closer to 16 if you think you need the next level.
But I think the odds on this are good enough where you wouldn't want to do that. If it was like a 50-50, then I definitely would be killing stuff on the way down.
Now, this is an interesting point being made by chat. Ruler 2112, do you think nycguy forgot that he doesn't have the harp?
I don't think that he forgot, but he's gonna be not super happy when he gets 20 strength. Because I think he was 100% banking on this next level being like, alright, that gets me halfway there, and then I'm gonna go walk over there.
So now realizing that this is very, very likely, or more likely than not, the go level.
Yeah, and now stuck without repel as well, so that's not fun.
It's not that he forgot, it's just that he doesn't remember. Well said. So, yes, of note, the max melee by the second form of the Dragon Lord has an attack range of 23 to 47. with that 93 defense.
Yeah, just with the 97 HP, I don't think we're going to see any doubles.
Highly unlikely.
But at the same time, I think we're going to see... we won't see any, like, bad heal mores or not full restores either.
Oh no, nycguy is diving the grave.
Oh no. This is a grave miscalculation.
I see what you did there.
Xarnax has had a couple of close calls, but has zipped right through. I'm surprised he didn't bust out the fairy flute for safety on a couple of those encounters. Oh no.
Well, he gets away from that red dragon, but the fact that they're here on the bottom floor, there can be at least some roadblocks, challenges.
Yeah, the worst is going to be if one of them shows up in the drinking buddy spot, if you will. Because right now,
It's an axe knight.
where were you the whole game? Come on, man.
So here we go, down to just one herb.
Old B.
So here we go. The Dragon Lord's first form has anywhere from 75 to 100. So we're already up to 79, so the next attack will likely do it.
Wow, very, very friendly ordering here. So that's going to save Xarnax a swing.
And no back attack, and here we go. So 7 to 15, already a high roll of 14.
Oh, gonna bomb him with the fairy water. Still has some of that in stock.
That's a smart play. 9 to 16, it's better than your attack average at this point. So there is, oh wow, a max attack as well. So we're already at 41 after 3 attacks.
Yeah, he's off to a rocket start now, and the rolls are gonna have to go real bad for him to make this even close.
So that's 52. Oh, and another 14, up to 66. There's an 8, so we're at 74, but still, the rolls have been extremely favorable thus far. And another above average 12 puts us up to 86. Now 94. $108 for Xarnax. Meanwhile, nycguy has found coal and is going to get the silver harp, but it looks like it's too little too late. $114, I believe. $125.
Yeah, this is in the can at this point. Even after rolling high, there's a 15. He had a
Max
14
15.
earlier.
He's at 140. Yeah, he's at a couple of max rolls here. And he still has 4 heal mores left. 151. The next attack could and probably should do it. And does. 164. Xarnax going to take it here. Check it out, your GGs, as Xarnax is going to win and advance into the third round, the Wraith round, as it were, to take on Diabetes II, and he will finish with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 41 seconds. So that'll be interesting, the 5 versus 12 matchup.
Now it's NYC guy's turn, so gonna head into the castle, see what we find. There's a bunch of those golems that are on the brick tiles there. They're just laying down hiding.
Just springing up out of the proverbial ground.
I mean, I'd be mad too if somebody walked over me. But yeah, if you notice NYC guy's inventory, he basically just looted the cologne section of the department store. There's so much fairy water in there.
A lot of eau de fairy to spring around.
I mean, that stuff has to smell vile. I mean, there's only one reason, why monsters would run away from you, and that it does damage.
It's like the model Rick Martel's atomizer with that arrogance scent. Wrestling reference for those, yeah. I knew Angel FM was going to be all over that.
Is that a Xarnax?
I believe it is. We have him here in the booth.
But muted. There we go.
So the question is, can we hear Xarnax?
Can you hear me?
I got you now.
We can, yes. Well, congratulations and GG. I see that you had breathed out a sigh of relief in the IRC room.
Yeah, thank you. That was a train wreck, and man, that entire Dragon Lord fight. Every other swing, I was looking at IRC expecting to see a dot done.
Yeah, that was pretty gross for the both of you. Just it seemed like there was never a comfortable enemy zone to fight anywhere during the course of the game.
And I think that the inability to have that definitive direction definitely created a lot of, I guess, indecision. As one thing that was noted was there was one point when you had gone to Rimildar to get the keys and right subsequently get the coordinates from Cantlin. You'd gotten the keys, started to make the count, then went to Hawksness, then went to Garenham, I guess abandoning the count, then going into the grave, I believe it was, and then the mountain cave, but then going outside of it as opposed to doing a gold grind. So I don't know, what was your mindset, kind of making all those snap decisions to kind of, I guess because there were so many things to explore?
Yeah, there was a ton going on. It was a really interesting seed from a decision-making standpoint. Also, sorry if I'm talking over you. I can barely hear you when I'm not talking, so I might miss when you start talking. But yeah, there were a lot of things that went wrong. My count, the first time I tried to do that, I somehow missed the little portion of land that went over to the east, and so I was assuming I abandoned the count because I was assuming it was on the second continent. And then by the time I actually found the armor, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wasted so much time doing this another way. The same thing with I think it was the token, or maybe the stones in coal. I was 2 steps away from that and mismenued a hurt more on a golem. There were just so many things that went poorly. I felt really lucky to overcome them. The internet outage at the first 15 minutes certainly didn't help at all either. That was really distracting.
Yeah, but we came back just in time to see you take out that metal slime, and
I was hoping you guys caught that. That felt like it put me back in it. I didn't feel like I was ahead after I had that for sure.
Yeah, the experience lead, despite that early metal slime, did go back and forth. You were pretty even up till that point, then that metal slime put you ahead. We saw the slime but missed the kill, and then when the internet faded out and came back in, we saw that you went from 100 and something experience to 400 and something experience, so we knew that we knew that you had obviously taken it out.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, nycguy is currently on the Dragon Lord, and at the same level 15. nycguy opted to go for the Red Dragon first, picked up Erdrick's sword, and decided to do the grind at that point before looking for the Silver Harp that was in coal. So while you had done a dive into Sharlock, that bought a little bit of time, but then you had gotten all the way down to the basement. That was another curious question, was you had opened 4 of the chests, then started to leave, and then died before going back to the 2 of them. What was...
So, I think the 3rd or 4th chest I got, maybe even the 2nd, was a cursed belt. And then in my head, I'm like, I think that's my 3rd cursed belt. I should just get right out of here. I should stop wasting time opening chests, because that means Erdrick's sword is in Hawksness. And then I started walking toward the spike tile to see if I could reach out and find what that was. And then I was like, I probably counted cursed belts right, but I do not want to be wrong. It's worth opening 2 more chests. And then I got sniped on my way back to those.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That you'd realize the count of belts, as nycguy has taken out the Dragon Lord here. And chat, get out your GGs, as nycguy is going to take second and fall to the bonus bracket with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 11 seconds.
GG. Yeah, that was a...
But an 8.5 minute difference.
Yeah, that's not bad. That was a fun, challenging seed. nycguy is fairly new to the randomizer scene, and he's been playing really well. We've matched up in a handful of races, and I certainly haven't won all of them in the heads up matchup.
Well, you were able to take this one, and now you advance to the Wraith round in a couple of weeks, and you'll face the 5 seed Diabetes II.
Well, a 12 seed taking on a 5 seed. I gotta like my odds better than I might otherwise.
Yeah, since we didn't have March Madness this year, thanks to the global events, maybe we'll see some August Anarchy in some semblance of an upset there. And we are joined by nycguy here in the broadcast booth. GG, a gallant effort. It was back and forth for a very good portion of the race.
GG indeed. Yeah, it was an interesting seed. I mean, just definitely need to clean up on some really dumb mistakes, but otherwise it was fine.
Yeah, you'd made the... I think where there was a divergence was Xarnax had initially gone into Sharlock to look for Erdrick's sword. You opted to go after the Red Dragon in Hawksness, and then once you got the sword, you dedicated to the grind despite not having the silver harp, and I guess that was a decision of, well, my strength is rather lackluster anyway, let me just get the levels up and then go look for what I need, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I mean, the map itself wasn't too bad, right? I mean, I think the worst we saw was DL1 Breath. But at that point, I knew I was pretty behind. I made some really just dumb mistakes. I mean, I don't know, like, instead of going to the Tactical Treasure, I didn't do things in order, basically. And I even went through a swamp. And I'm pretty sure I was one screen away from seeing Cole, but of course I opted to use my wings and, just continue, because I just felt that, you know what, if I just need this one item, I only saw 2 belts, it's got to be, I was hoping that it actually wouldn't be on a third, search spot, but of course it was. So, it is what it is. So I was figuring, you know what, it's got to be in the grave, let me get some more agility, because then I could just repel and really clean through the grave pretty quickly. So that was kind of my thought process. I knew that the reds were the way to go. I saw the blues earlier, especially with the reds, what was that? Just, baby breath and heal. I knew I needed a flame sword to kind of take them down.
Yeah, but ultimately it was extremely competitive. There was a bit of internet challenges that had plagued Xarnax in the beginning. We had seen his feed fade out, so we were focusing on your feed because it was the only one that we could see. It came back just in time to see a battle with a metal slime, faded out again, and then when we came back, we saw it was 200 plus experience higher, so we knew that a metal slime early kill had occurred. But despite that, you were able to even up and take an experience lead at a certain point.
Yeah, I think my metal slime luck was all consumed from the first time I...
Well, GG, man. I was telling him right before you jumped in that I was sweating. You've been playing really, really well, and every other swing during that Dragon Lord fight, I was looking at IRC expecting to see you finish.
You know what I did? And actually I didn't think that way. I knew I was the underdog going to this. I looked at my SRL, and every time that you and I have been in a race, I've never beaten you. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm going in as the underdog. And I hate to say it, I also used Challenge as a guide, and I saw that most people were voting against me, which was fine. I like that pressure, right? But what I actually did is I minimized SRL. I didn't even want to see you done. And then I was like, all right, if I get to the king and you haven't, then great. And if you had, then so be it, so it was fine.
Oh, that's funny. Man, I could have sworn that you have beaten me in more than one of the races that we've been in together.
I mean, I don't think so.
Interesting. Well, you've been playing well, and it's encouraging to see. I'm glad you joined, and I expect you to upset a couple people in the other bracket.
That's the bracket you don't want to be in now, So, I mean, we got Mr. Holmes down there ready to clean up shop, so I'm a little afraid. I was actually looking forward. I was like, oh, if I beat Xarnax, I might have a chance to go up against, Brian Williams, So, we'll see. But definitely GG. It was a fun time. Appreciate it.
I really enjoyed this seed. That was not straightforward at all. There were a ton of decision points, and I'm still not sure what the best way to play it would have been.
Yeah, I know I made a dumb decision initially. Like, I wasted my fairy water on a droll, which I just knew was a bad call. I should have just kept resetting for a metal scorpion.
Yeah.
Just little things, like things that I can clean up on.
I don't know. I did that, and I didn't end up getting level 4 until 8.5 minutes in.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think, my start was pretty slow as well. And I knew I was behind because at the 30-minute mark, I was barely, what was that, like level 8 or level 7 or something like that. So it was a big slog. But, true to her word, Math Girl rolls sometimes, really jet seeds or slogs. And I guess this is probably more towards the latter.
Yeah, a little. This one, I didn't feel at any point like this one was really moving slowly.
Those red dragons would heal, and every time and this is before we had stop spell. I mean, that was torture.
Stop
man.
spell was so late that made a huge deal.
Yeah,
Level
exactly.
14, I believe, is when stop spell came in.
Oh, I don't know if you guys caught my first attempt at the red dragon in Hawksness. I made a boneheaded play, and then had ridiculous good luck, and then pretty rough bad luck. So I had done a fair amount of damage. I saw heal. I didn't have stop spell, and my attack power was way too low to just fight through the heal. So I was like, okay, I've got magic. I just need to kill this guy once to see the search tile. Maybe if I put him to sleep, I can knock through enough heals or get enough damage in before he wakes up. I landed asleep.
The 1 out of 16, the 6%,
yeah.
Hail Mary, yep.
And then it woke up first turn.
Of course.
And then like right after that, I was like, wait a second. If I'm going for 1 out of 16, I could have used Hurt more. That would have just killed him if it hit.
And then that didn't hit.
No, of course
No,
not.
we did catch it. We were a little perplexed by it. We talked about the odds about it a little bit, but we didn't quite get the rationale. Although one other thing that did jump out at us, in Breckenary, you're putting on the cursed belt and then going over to the that was just for the memes, right?
Partly, I wasn't 100%. I mean, I wanted to empty a slot so I could buy more fairy water, and I figured that might be slightly faster than going down to sell it.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I mean, early in the game, I was kind of thinking, I mean, that's 180 gold. Like, that could certainly help with something. Getting closer to a chainmail. I mean,
Yeah, right after I did that, I was like, oh, I maybe could have used the money. But in terms of just getting rid of the item, I think it was the faster play.
It was definitely the faster play, and it was certainly entertaining. We definitely had a laugh about that. But no, it was something that stood out as we weren't sure what exactly was going on with it. But Edge had accurately called out that it was probably for the memes, but possibly also for the inventory slot.
Nice. Yeah, it's always fun when you come across a situation and think to take advantage of it, of something you've never seen anyone do before.
Yeah, there was that's right. Tristal and I had done that with we had early Hurtmore, and we were in I think it was the mountain cave and planning to death warp, and we just decided to go YOLO Hurtmores on the wizard because best case scenario we get 120 early experience. Worst case scenario we death warp as we had planned to do anyway. And
you both did that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so it's. I was surprised I thought of it, but it was even cooler that both of us. Yeah, I mean, it just shows how how evolutionary a lot of different strategies can be.
Yeah.
But that notwithstanding, any last thoughts before we wrap things up here on Randomania?
I mean, I just want to say thanks to all the volunteers. I mean, I think it doesn't get said enough, and I think all of us are racing and also are volunteering to some capacity. So it's definitely no small effort, right? So I just want to say thanks to Math Girl for the restream, Angel FM for the tracking, and of course to you, Ferran, and Edgeworth for the comms. And it's definitely fun. And thanks for racing the project. And good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Echoing all of that. Yeah, you said everything I wanted to say.
Well, there you have it. So the action not stopping here is we're going to take you over to RPG Limit Break as there is a race between Nimanva, and Apex Corvid. Sigma Fan and Azrael Ravenheart have the call. For all the folks behind the scenes here, MathGirl718, Angel FM, and for my broadcast partner, Edgeworth, I'm Ferran Burgundy saying until next time, stay classy, my friends, and more importantly, stay safe.